Welcome back to part 12 or episode 12 of my F1 22 My Team career mode. Right now we're just choosing the activities for the week before the race, and there was only 2 days, so we just chose sponsor promotion and accessibility. And here's what we got from the practice, resource points and all that. So yeah, and the development boost from me and Mick Schumacher. We just got discounts on like aero, powertrain, durability, and that's the powertrain right there. And then this is gonna be our acclaim after practice, our individual one, and then the My Team one. And there's Mark just telling me about the circuit. Now I'm gonna make an R&D upgrade on the aerodynamics, and then leaving us with 700 something R&D points, so not enough to make another upgrade. Now we are going into qualifying at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And there's us getting into the car. Okay, we're gonna run soft tires, and then we already have a setup right there. So yeah, here's our qualifying lap. Okay, we are now at the end of the lap. It looks like Leclerc is going to take pole position in the Red Bull, and I'm going to be P8. So, and Leclerc taking that team leader role in the Red Bull, his first season there, beating Max Verstappen already. Yeah, we take P8. Okay. Let's see so it's Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Sainz, Vettel, Verstappen, me, Ricardo, Magnussen, Alonso, Gasly, Tsunoda, Stroll, Schumacher, Piastri, Bottas, Albon, Schwartzman, Joe, Ocon, and Latifi. And then here's the rivalry breakdown with me and Daniel Ricciardo in the Ferrari. And I have 2 and he's 1, so I'm currently winning the rivalry. And there's the acclaim after the qualifying, and I just do these one-shot qualifyings, not the Q1, Q2, Q3. I don't know, maybe I should start doing it. Mark telling us the race weather, and I'll let Crofty or Brundle talk about the GP.
To visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Vettel. Verstappen, Hughes, Ricciardo, and Kevin Magnussen. Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, and Stroll. Mick Schumacher, Oscar Piastri, Valtteri Bottas, and Alex Albon. Schwartzman, Joe, Ocon, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once more by Anthony Davidson. Let's start with Aston Martin. There have been some tweaks to the power unit regulations, of course, and I have to say it doesn't seem, so far at least, that they've been able to keep up.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, that's the formation lap over, and it's 5 lights. Out and away we go. And there I get a pretty slow start because Ricciardo is overtaking me on the right. Braking into the first turn, he's in front, but I get back in front of him. And I pull out to the right of Vettel. Let's see if I can overtake him in turn 3, I think. I overtake him and Verstappen in the Red Bull, landing me in P6, where Verstappen comes back to take that position. Going into this turn and then leading into the straight, I activate my ERS. I get a warning for exceeding track limits. Here I am. And go try to take a little look around the outside of Verstappen in this turn. We'll have minimal straight speed, and then there was a little oversteer right there, so I had to counter it, and making me lose some time going to that turn, staying right behind Verstappen. Right now he is pulling away slowly. Going into this turn, see if I can keep up with Verstappen. I'm basically this back straight. Even though there's little kinks or turns, it's basically a back straight. So he is 0.6 seconds away, or 0.6, that's what they say. Going to the final turn, there's some fighting which slows Hamilton, Norris, and Verstappen down for me, making me catch up with them a little. Charles Leclerc sets the fastest lap with a 1:33.269. Going into the second lap, into the first turn, I catch up with Verstappen, and then in the turn 2, I do overtake him. Now I'm behind Hamilton and Norris, which are fighting for position. And it looks like I will go around the outside, but I didn't make the move. And Verstappen still like 2/10 behind me, and I get another warning, basically the same place. Well, not exactly, but like basically. I'm still behind Hamilton. See, I won't try to do anything silly there. That's not a word. I stick behind Hamilton in his slipstream. There we go. Let me activate my URS on this straight too. This is basically a straight for little kinks. But yeah, stick in his slipstream. And he's going along. Now we're onto the back straight. Basically a back straight. I'm gaining says sector 1 and 2 green. Look on down the inside. Tuck right behind Norris, but in front of Hamilton. And it looks like Verstappen made a move on Hamilton too, but they're fighting for position because now they're swapping places. And it reminds them of the 2021 season. I see if I can make a move on Norris. I do big lunge down the inside. It looks like we made a little contact. It looks like Mick Schumacher just went in the pits for some reason. He must have had some damage. It was way too early to be pitting. But I made the move on Norris and stuck. Didn't get a warning for touching him, but it looks like we did. It looks like Hamilton came out better than Verstappen. Hamilton is now P6. It looks like the GOAT Tiffy is out of the session, so maybe he had a collision with my teammate. And yeah, Nicholas Latifi is out of the session, and he's in the Williams, of course. And we are just trying to hunt down Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari, trying to take the podium positions. It looks like I set a green sector 1. And yeah, and we have leading the race Charles Leclerc in the Red Bull, and Russell in the Mercedes, Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari, me, Lando Norris in the McLaren, Hamilton in the Mercedes, Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, P7, P8, Sebastian Vettel in the McLaren, and then Aston Martin, Haas, AlphaTauri, Williams. Oh, I forgot. I said the fastest lap was 132.395 of the race, and nothing happened on that lap except that we got closer to Sainz. Yeah, so for lap 4, the lap time is a 132.599. And it looks like the pit window is now open, so in this lap I'm going to go in this lap in the pits. Yeah, it looks like now we are within striking distance of Carlos Sainz, so I'm just waiting for that right moment to overtake him. It looks like Hamilton and Verstappen are fighting behind for the position P6. Yeah. And it looks like the top 3 haven't changed at all. You know, Sainz pulls away from me, but I try to get close and run a little wide in that turn. Yeah, and Norris is only like 5/10 behind me, so he's still in my DRS, or like 2/10, 3/10 now. You see he's really close. And it's going into the straight. I get DRS. I'm sure Norris also gets DRS. And we aren't looking behind, we're looking forward, just trying to overtake Sainz. And let's see on this back straight what we can do. Get DRS. I'm sure Norris gets DRS. And he's gaining time on me. He's just slowly dropping. Going into the final turn before we head into the pits. Let's see who will pit with us. It looks like Leclerc and Russell are going to continue. Me, Sainz, Norris is going to pit. So there's the Ferrari team, the McLaren team, and then our team. And we are pitting for mediums. And it looks like we do come out in front of Sainz, so our team did a really good job. Fast pit stop, or Ferrari just messed up their pit stop, which I wouldn't be surprised. And it looks like all corners right to the right of us when we came out the pit lane, but it looks like we did overtake him, and now Sainz and Norris are behind Ocon and behind Zhou. But since they are on the quicker rubber now, let's see what we can do. It looks like we have Vettel and Albon in front of us. So I'm surprised Charles Leclerc and Russell didn't go into the pits. We have, let me see, P1 Charles Leclerc, P2 George Russell, P3 Daniel Ricciardo, and P4 and Aston Martin. Yeah, but it looks like Sainz did overtake Zhou Guanyu, and I'm sure he'll overtake Ocon. If not, Ocon will need to go into the pits anyway. He's still on soft. Was it 6 lap softs now? And if you can see in the distance far ahead, you can't see Vettel, but I'm sure they're gonna hop into the pits anyway, so we'll overtake their positions. Yeah. Oh, they're staying out. Let's see who we overtake. We overtake Tsunoda, Piastri, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Russell, and Leclerc. And it looks like Albon and Vettel. And it looks, yeah, Albon and Vettel didn't pit because they're going the alternate strategy. Let's see, they're on medium, so they're gonna go into softs at the end. That's my guess. But since they're 7 laps mediums, we should overtake them in no time. And you were right behind Vettel's rear wing. We activate our ERS going into this turn. We do leave him the space, but in the end we overtake him. So now it's just P1 Albon in the Williams, but he has a twitchy rear end, so I'm sure he's losing his tire grip right now. Yeah, we're gonna overtake him soon anyway. It looks like Leclerc and Russell overtook Vettel, which makes sense. Yeah, it looks like Carlos Sainz and Norris didn't really gain that much time then by trying to do the undercut, because Leclerc and Russell came out in front of them. And I'm making the overtake on Albon right now, going deep into that last turn, and we do make the move stick. And looks like Sainz just overtook Vettel now for P5. And yeah, it looks like Albon's trying to come back at me, but yeah, so I still stayed P1, so nothing happened that lap except for Albon and Leclerc fighting. So let's see, my time for lap 8 was a 133.080, and nothing happened again in that lap. But this lap I set a sector 1 and a sector 2. I set a 131.974, which will be the fastest lap of the race again. So it looks like I will get this 1 point for fastest lap. And nothing happened except for Russell overtook Leclerc and Sainz overtook Leclerc, now the 2 past teammates. And I set a 133.275 in lap 11. And it's my lap 12. And it looks like Norris overtook Leclerc as well. So me, Russell, Sainz, Norris, and Leclerc in the top 5. And yeah, this lap I set a 132.631 for lap 12. And let's see, that was lap 11. And it looks like Hamilton overtook overtook Norris. So it's not even. In this lap I set a 132.671. So now the top 5 is me, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, and Hamilton. So Leclerc in his second. Oh, it looks like Hamilton just overtook Leclerc as well. So I don't know, but they're fighting right now. So yeah, Leclerc was what, P2? What happened to his pace? Now he's fighting for P5, P4. In his first season at the Red Bull team, Leclerc is making a big statement by showing that he is the better one out of Verstappen, which Verstappen is the two-time champion. He won last season. So let's see who will come out on top this season. It looks like I have a big gap. I have a 5-second gap between me and Russell. Yeah, it looks like after Hamilton, P6 is a McLaren. It's probably Norris. And then P7, Verstappen. P8, what's it called? Ricardo. And then Ocon, or we don't know Ocon, it's just the Alpine. Behind that Alpine is a Haas. And Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Williams, Alpine, Alfa Romeo, the other AlphaTauri, Haas, Alfa Romeo, McLaren, and then Mick Schumacher, of course. And look at it, we get our second win of the season, starting off the season strong with back-to-back wins in Bahrain and now Saudi Arabia. It looks like we do get driver of the day. So we did it. Got the second win for our team ever. And the second win of this season. So it looks like we could put up a strong fight for the title. There's our car in the P1 slot. And then the Mercedes of Russell in the P2. And then P3 is Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. This was when the yellow Ferrari was in the game. Yeah, that's us congratulating the team. Look at our car, very blue. Maybe we need a redesign next season. We're like halfway. Yeah, let's see the the positions everyone ended up in. Oh, first, podium celebration. Look at us going on the top step, back to back, spraying champagne against the other drivers. Look at our trophy, so nice. Look at our team, so happy. Yes. Ooh, the champagne everywhere. Okay, now let's see the positions after this cutscene. Yeah, it looks like me, Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen, Ricardo, Alonso, Piastri, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Bottas, Gasly, Schwartzman, Vettel, Guanyu, Schumacher, and Latifi. It looks like Piastri scoring 1 point in that half, and we are P1 in the title race with 52 points. Looks like Mick is 17. Currently Mercedes #1, and then us, the constructors. I get all 5 points for the rivalry breakdown. They're just beating Ricardo even more, 7-3 now. Yes, let's look at the acclaim individual and the team acclaim after that race. So I level up. And then our sponsor money, we didn't get the last sponsor because we didn't complete 50 laps. Yep, and it looks like Mick Schumacher did have a crash because there's a 4K damage deduction. So we did get around $1 million of cash from the sponsors. Let's see. And we are now going to choose some more activities before the next race weekend, which will be in Albert Park in Australia. We're going to do second driver PR filming. And what else? I'm going to do G-Force training for Mick, obviously. I think we will do, let's see, team building for the whole team. There's the performance trial. We're still last, but we brought home a win, so that's pretty good. And looks like we're gonna make one more upgrade, which will be to the quality control facility for $4 million in the powertrain department. And we're just advancing time, getting our durability upgrades, the G-Force training, weekly resources and R&D points, and the bills we have to pay, obviously. We do not have 1,300 R&D points, so we are going to make an upgrade. See, I tried to make an ECU upgrade, but we can only do 2 upgrades at a time, so I didn't make the upgrade in the powertrain. So we're just gonna make a upgrade in the durability, and we don't have enough points to make another upgrade. So we just advanced the time some more, finish the team building, finish the powertrain facility upgrade. And now join us for the next episode. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Yes to 170. Thank you for 165.